for those people that were not in my class in grade 10 or 11, all right, can someone please say what POI represents?
Point of intersection.
Point of intersection, okay? So if you have not been in my class, Megan, before, POI stands for point of intersection, right? Of the following planes. X plus y plus 2z equals -2. 3x minus y plus 14z equals 6. And x plus 2y equals -5. Okay, I'm going to start with a nice one because this will work out beautifully. Now, this is a question I'm just going to embarrass John here, if you don't mind. John has started this example on a brand new sheet of paper. Okay, and probably depending on how organized you are, it might be good to do that because that's probably how much it will take. On the board, I will go north-south. Okay, it might be good because Sam was complaining I took her a whole sheet, but she used her left column, and then the other 2/3 of the page was blank. And then she was done, right? So you might want to go left-right for this one, maybe. Does that make any sense? To save paper, if you want to do up-down and take up one sheet. Because we're probably going to have 5 or 6 matrices drawn on this page. Okay, can I get a brave soul? John, to convert that into a matrix, please. Mel, you're not volunteering today? No. Okay. I'm sorry, that was my fault.
I don't know if I'm going to do this right, but I'll say, would that be 1,
Yeah.
1, 2, dotted line, -2?
Good, now hold on a second, I'm going to pick somebody else. That's correct. Now let's just make sure everyone knows. If someone is not clear where that came from, please ask. What John did correctly, mind you, was he took the coefficients from the first one, so that's 1x, 1y, and 2z. That turned to 1, 1, 2, and then -2 in my matrix. If I am cruel on your test and I have this as something like +2 equals 0, you need to shift it across so that it's equals. Okay, so if I do that to you, which I probably won't today. Can I get a second volunteer other than John to do the next one? Go. And 6. Good. Can I get a third volunteer? Grant, go.
1, 2, 0, 5.
Okay. Notice, very good. Notice there is no z there. Okay, so there's 0. Yes.
Are you saying that you can't have 0 on the right-hand side? Like if I had, let's just say, x, y, z equals 0.
That's okay.
I could put 0 on the...
Yes, but the problem is you can't have x plus y plus z plus 4 equals 0.
And you can't have
Yes.
Right.
Needs a coefficient.
Yeah.
So x plus y plus, but if it was like x plus y plus z plus 4, the 4 are going to shift across. Brianna, are we good? Brianna, all's well? Okay. Now, let's go through this. For those people that have not seen matrices, Nick, it's important to figure out what happened here. We want to have a 1, 1, 1, a 1 here, a 1 in the middle, a 1 in the bottom. I always go left to right because I'm right-handed. That doesn't make any sense, but that's how I go. Okay? So my first goal is to get a 1 in the left-hand corner. Well, look at that. Could be it's happened. Okay, so step 1 is happened. Then my next goal is I want to get this to 0 and this to 0. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. How would I make this 0? Well, my -1. I want this to be 0. I'm going to give you the first step here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this entire row. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. I'm going to subtract 3 times my first row. Now I'm going to take a step back and make sure this is good. Now where did I get that from? Well, I had a 1 in the first row. I need it to be 0, so I have to go 3 minus 3. Right? That's what I need to happen, so it's got to be 0. Okay.
Wait.
So what I want to have happen is here, I want to make this a 0. So what I need to do is I need to subtract 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get times this by -3 to make that -3.
Then it won't be 1.
It'll still be 1 though. This isn't changing. That's still staying like that. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as, this is still 1, 1, 2. Like that hasn't changed. Right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, well 1 times -3 is -3. -3 plus 3 is 0. Okay? 1 times -3 is -3. -3 minus 1 is -4. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 14 is negative 8. And then negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. I'm going to take a step back.
Positive eight.
Is it? Thank you. That would have caused great stress. Okay. I want to make sure, once we get that, well, this is easy. If that is stress, please raise your hand right now because it could be difficult without that first step.
It's like, why is that?
We're doing like elimination here, that's what we're doing. Okay? What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this. That's what I'm going for. Okay? So I have my 1 here. I have my 0 here, so life is good. And now I'm going to get a 0 right here. Okay? So then I have x by itself. I've isolated x by itself. That's what I've done. Then I'm going to use these two equations to solve for y and z. Then I'm going to go back. Yes?
You said that you multiplied them by negative.
Yeah.
Negative 3.
Okay, so what I did was, so what I did, good question. I took this row, and then I added, I should probably write this then, okay? Do I make that easier for you? Right, so I took this row and I added negative 3 times the first row. That's what I did. Okay. Can somebody give me a similar statement? I see a lot of texting today. You guys should be stressed after physics and after calculus. What do I do to get a 0 in the bottom left row, please? Yes.
You just subtract x.
Subtract x, subtract. I'm going to do subtract. Subtract 1 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, where did the 12 come from?
Negative, so what I did was negative 3 times negative 2 is 6.
Oh.
And 6 is 6 is 12. I think that's good, right?
That's it.
Good. Okay, so
0 into 1.
one more time.
Can't multiply by 0.
That's true, you can't multiply with 0.
Oh. Sorry, can I make the 0 1?
I'll make the 1 is 0. That's something. That's a 0, 1, 1 is 0. So what I'm going to do now, hold on a second. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this, I want to get rid of this. So I'm going to take this row and I'm going to subtract this and I'll get 0. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay. 2 minus 1 is 1. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. And negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Okay, please stop and ask me. I'll try and explain it a different way if it's not clear. John. So what we need is to just watch here. So we're good. This part I'm done. Like I'm looking for my goals. I'm happy. Okay, this is good. Okay. So I just need to deal with the rest of that. Sorry, John, question?
In all my life, I've never been able to memorize rows, or is it rows?
I don't know either. We perfectly honest.
Think of a house. A house has columns.
Ah, okay.
You roll a boat and it goes along the way.
That is a good way to memorize that. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Now that we're all
No, I like rows.
now they're all confused, we're rowing a boat. Okay. Our next goal is to get a 1. Okay, guys, can go here, please. Our next goal. Our next row goal. Our next goal is to get. I have another joke my wife said. I'm not going to say it. Is to get a 1 in the middle. Can anyone see how I can get a 1 in the middle?
Multiply the third one down.
Yeah.
The bottom one by 3. And add.
Yeah, you can do that too. I see an even easier. That is correct. That will work. The interesting what makes is there's more than one way to get. That will work. Can anyone see an easier way? You can divide by -4. That will work as well. I can see an easier way than that. That will work too. I can see if those will all work. I was going to say an easier way though. The easier way that I was going to say was there's already a 1 here, right? So since there's already a 1 there, I can just move it up. Now that way will work. Your guys' way will all work.
You're just going to move it up?
So what I'm going to do is remember our rule here. Any 2 rows can interchange. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch. Now all of your ways will work, okay? What I'm just trying to show you is what I consider to be the easiest way to do this. What will tend to happen is if you do things differently, you will get fractions in between steps. Okay, that's what you'll get. And if you were a computer program, you do exactly what you guys were saying. Divide this by -4. In this case, they're all integer solutions. So I picked a beautiful example, for example 1. Okay, but can you see why switching it would make sense in this case? You guys can see that? Yes? Okay, so I'm going to write that down now. So I write this as 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, -2, which is -3, and 0, -4, and 8. Okay, can somebody brave? First of all, tell me what I want to do next, and then tell me how to do it. What I want to do next. Read.
Get the 1 in the bottom corner, or get some
Something before that. Get the 0 first, okay? So the next thing I want to get rid of is this -4. Can someone please tell me how to get rid of the -4? Yes.
Aw,
Okay.
I take
Now, here's the thing. Now, this is the thing that's key about this. So +4 times 2. Now, here's the thing to be careful about. Why do I not want to use the first row? Yeah. As soon as you do that, this won't be 0 anymore, right? And this is what people get into. They get all mixed up, right? If you use this nice organized plan, things will work. Okay? So what's going to... Uh-oh. So I'll make a mistake. I don't make mistakes, do I?
No comment?
Okay, if you multiply that by 4, what's going to happen? 0, 0, 0, and what does that mean?
That row's gone.
Yes.
the matrix.
So there's no UI for the,
Right. Well, let's get into what this is actually going to be. Then we'll do a nice one next, okay? To get to the next one, I still want to get a 0 here. Now let's just finish up this question. I want to get a 0 here. How do I get a 0 in the top middle? How do I get a 0 in the top middle? Yeah, I'm just going to write it down and we'll let you guys So this is going to be, and I think the 4 first one. Sorry. 1, 0, what is that, 4? Okay, Dakota, I'm coming back to you. Can you please tell me, translate that to English? So I can't do anything else this question. Okay, I'm done. What does the first one mean in English, please?
Honestly, I don't know what to make of what Anthony said, but
Just don't deal. We'll deal with this in a sec. Just read this out. What does that say? Translate it.
well, it just says x plus 4z equals 1, and y minus 2z equals -3.
Okay, if you think back to yesterday, I'm going to throw another little hint in here. What does that equal? No? Z equals Z. What is the solution in this case then?
X, Z equals 1.
No? Z is, I'm just saying, is equal to Z.
That could be anything.
Z could be anything. Let's even change it. Let's, for fun, call Z equal to T. So I'm going to say x plus 4t equals 1, and y minus 2t equals -3. What have I just created for you guys?
That's
That's a line. That's what that is. That was a poor first example, though. That's what that was. Okay, any questions about the matrix before we move on to the line, though? Okay, question, yeah, go ahead.
I missed the stuff where you went from the second last brackets to the last one.
From here to here, you mean? Okay, so what I did was, I wanted to get 1, 1, 1, right? I couldn't do that then, right? So I just said, well, what else can I do? Well, I have a 1 here and a 1 here, I might as well get zeros when I can. So I just got rid of the zeros. Okay, so I made it then, I just subtracted 2, so I ended up with 1, 0, 0, 1, and then we ended up with Z still in there.
wait, I know.
Well, because we want to get all, the thing is, we can do all that we can here. In this case, I have written X in terms of Z and a number, and here I've written Y in terms of Z and a number.
Yeah,
right?
okay. Well, how are you, why are you subtracting row 2?
Because here's the thing, what you want is, this is your prime number to deal with Y's. Once you have a 1, that's, like in this case, since you have a 1 up here, that's always going to affect your x's because that's a 1. Once you have a 1 here, that's always going to affect your y's because it's a 1. Once you have a 1 here, that's always going to affect your z's because it's a 1.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is here for this, I want this to be a 0 to get rid of it. That's what
You
I'm doing.
basically just want one of them.
Okay, we'll do a better next example. This one I wanted to use because there's integers in them. It's a nice solution. So let's try example 2. I'm going to stop this for Kayla and Austin.